to the game at hand. Spawning down here in the bottom left side of GSL Daybreak, it's our blue Zerg player from Fusion Slugs. If he wins this game, they win the tournament. It is Zumagaroffel, who we're going to call Zed for the duration of this game. And up here at the top right side of GSL Daybreak, it is the powerhouse Zerg. He's 9-1 in the tournament. He took out Eagle. From Team Night, it is Raptor.
Maybe he lost to Zumagaroffel. He's got one loss. We don't know where it's from.
This is true. This is very true.
Yeah. Did Team Night lose to Fusion Slugs the last time they played? Was that?
I don't know.
Actually, I think they didn't.
I think yeah, Team Night won last time.
I think they said Raptor got 3 wins.
So Raptor is going for a 9 pull. Or is it an 8 pull? I was updating the scoreboard. Looks like a 9 pull.
Well, he's on 8 supply. I don't know what. I mean, he got it at 9, I guess.
So it's a 9 pull. So now it's going to be interesting to see what Zed decides to do. For those Zerg players out there that haven't seen it, I recommend going to T-Gun's YouTube channel, which I believe is T-Gun with about 3 N's. He has videos on like how to hold off a 9 pull with a 15 hatch, how to do a 9 pull, how to all sorts of stuff about ZVZ primarily, and it is really, really good. I highly recommend you check it out. But we do see a 14 pull, 14 gas for Zed. So what he needs to do now is, I'm a little confused by this 9 pull. Normally that drone that Raptor is sending gets to the base slightly earlier because he needs to start that spine crawler. Now if Zed sees this drone come in, which he does, and then he has vision of the spine crawler from his spawning pool, so he should be able to kill that before it even gets up, because those lings are...
I'm not 100% sure he's aware of it at the moment.
No, he's not. He's not reacting at all. This could be really, really, really bad for Zed. There's a spine crawler going up in his mineral line, and he's hold positioned his drones around it, but not quite accurately enough. I think Raptor might just take this game.
It looks like it, yeah. I mean, there's already like 3 drones dead, and that spine is going to finish, and he just has to move that in range of the hatch. Or he can even keep it just so it's in range of the pool, I'd imagine would be fine.
And the spine is up, so this is a problem for Zed. He's got lings of his own, but he doesn't have anywhere near enough. I think he made a poor read. I don't think he scouted the pool early enough, if at all. And I think his timing is now gone. He needed to engage that spine crawler when the pool died, because then he has the broodlings to help out as well, tank some damage and do damage of their own. But he's going to go all in while the spine is moving. This is his last shot. If he can get the spine, it looks like the spine has burrowed, so this game I think is over, and Raptor is going to take a quick win.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think that spine's going to go down. It may, but yeah, actually it probably will, but all his drones...
Yeah, he has no drones. When these last 2 die, he has no drones. If he can micro it, he's microing it really well. The queen, it's going to save it. It's going to save the drone. No, he saves the drone. He saved the drone. Oh, that's so important.
The worker count is now 8-3. There's a queen out, but he hasn't got the minerals, so the injects don't really matter.
I think the more important thing is that there are like 12 Zerglings on their way to Zed's base right now.
Yeah, so this is going to take intense queen micro and drone micro.
I don't think he can do it.
Yeah.
Right now? Oh, that's a nice positioning, but not enough.
Yeah.
And that, my friends, is ZVZ in a nutshell. GG. Anyway, spawning over here on the right side of Antigua Shipyard, it is the blue Zerg player from Team Fusion Slugs. He needs 1 win to secure the tournament. It is Drones in jail. And his opponent the red Zerg player from Team Knight. He's on 10-1 in this tournament. He's taken 2 straight games. It is Raptor.
The reason I say about the cross spawns, by the way, is I think it's particularly important that they know that in this matchup, so they can get scouting down immediately, and also because they'll send their links to the right place immediately without having to scout where the other person is if they're doing some early aggression.
Now, here's something interesting. Raptor is going for the exact same build. It's another 9 pool.
Awesome.
So the question is, did Drones in Jail watch last game on the stream? And if so, will he react better? Here is something I like, just to start with. His Overlord looks like it's on a direct path to go straight over the main.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, and Raptors is set to scout the wrong place first.
Now, if that Overlord goes straight over the main, he sees that pool already up, he should react perfectly to defend this.
Yeah, and also Raptor does not know it's forced cross spawns. He's actually pulled a drone specifically to scout.
And now he's scouting, he's scouting to the wrong direction.
Yeah. So, we really need to just get this set out. GSL maps generally have
forced cross spawns, yeah. So this Overlord is going to come in. We do see 8 lings on the way. Sorry, 8 lings just popped out. No, 6 lings just popped out. 2 more on the way. Is Drones in Jail's Overlord going to be slightly too late? Is his other Overlord actually going to catch sight of the lings? Yes, it does. So he's seen the lings coming across the map if he's paying attention. He knows that there's a drone that's going to be coming in. Now, he hasn't 15 hatched, but what he can do is, if he can try and stop this spine from going up, he needs to build a spine of his own. But what he can do is he can cancel. Yes, he's cancelled the hatch, so that's good, but he has supply blocked himself. Now what he needs to do is build a spine of his own and stop that spine from getting up, which it looks like he might just be able to do that fit. No, oh no. No, he needed to sacrifice those drones. He needs to pull, what he needed to do was pull aside one drone and hide it somewhere like away from everywhere else and build a spine. Then he needed to micro his other drones out of his base and leave 5 to attack that spine crawler, which he would have killed and stopped. But I think Raptor might just be able to take a win. The spine crawler is a little bit far away, so we do see an engagement here. The queen is looking like it might go down. It actually looks like Drones in Jail might actually hold that. He's got a surround on the spine before it's burrowed. The spine is going to do some damage, but there aren't many lings left for Raptor. There are some reinforcements. The spine does go down, and Drones in Jail might actually just hold this.
Yeah, it looks like he will. I mean, his own spine is about to finish, and when that spine finishes, it's going to be the end of Raptor's rush.
The queen is going to go down, is it? Yes, the queen does go down. So the spine finishes, the rush is over. But if we look at the units tab, Raptor's ahead on drones.
Yeah, he's now even. He just took his gas. So I give a slight edge to Drones in Jail simply because, although actually he doesn't have any lings. I was about to say he had a spine, but he has no lings and he is down for supply. So not entirely sure. I think possibly Drones in Jail though has a better drone count and is winning this game, but it's really hard to say.
See, he almost did that perfectly. It was so close to being perfect. If he'd had that extra overlord so he didn't get supply blocked, the hatch cancel was exactly what he needed to do, and if he'd left those drones on the spine crawler, he would have lost maybe 3 drones. And the rush would have ended almost instantly. Now, unfortunately, he's trying to reburrow his spine crawler at a really bad time. There's no queen up, so it's going to come down to Ling versus Ling micro. Oh, he's unburrowed.
His speed is almost done, and that will be crucial when there's no speed for Raptor.
Yes, that is a very good point. Something else that I would point out, in ZVZ, I like to build my spawning pool behind my mineral line. It's the only matchup where I do that. In the other matchups, it's very susceptible to drops, but if you build it, where Drones in Jails put it is okay. If you build it any further out, it becomes susceptible to Ling snipes. Like, Raptor could just sit there and snipe the spawning pool for nothing because the spine crawler is out of range, and if the queen goes in to defend, it's going to die. But if you build it behind the mineral line, the Zerglings have to commit all the way around. Now this is nice from Drones in Jail. He's got speed, and he's going to be in a really good spot. for...
He's even split his lings so that a group can head straight down and another group can take out the retreating lings, which is really nice.
Raptor... Raptor has thrown down a baneling nest, which is what he needs to do, but I don't think it's going to be up in time. He's only got a few lings there. He's going to have to engage... If Drones in Jail engages, which he is, there's a lot of lings, but the speed ling should be able to get us around there. There is a queen though, remember. I can't tell who wins, but I think Drones in Jail just has enough. The baneling nest is about to finish, so if he can morph in some banes now, he might be able to hold this. At the same time,
Drones in Jail has taken the situation a little bit lightly and thought he had the game in the bag, and he may still, but it's not that certain.
Well, I mean, he's down 7 drones, so if he doesn't do damage here, admittedly he is taking an expansion, but if he doesn't do damage here, I don't think he's actually going to be as far ahead as he thinks he is.
No, and like, speed is now done for Raptor, so we can see that Drones in Jail is going to retreat.
Which I think is a wise decision.
May be very strong.
I mean, baneling counter aggression could be very strong, but I don't know if it's a wise decision by Raptor. It does look like Raptor does not want to play a macro game, is the vibe I'm getting. At this point, when you have your Banes out, you can basically take that natural reasonably safely. He's got the minerals to do it. You've pushed his lings back. If he leaves 2 to 4 Banes just on his ramp, you can pretty much stop all ling run bys and take that natural freely. But it looks like he's going to commit to a ling bane push.
He's morphing a lot of banes. He won't have many lings. He is streaming some reinforcements though. I don't mind. I like the decision to go ling bane or ling. I think if he takes his natural, even though he's ahead in drone count, it'll probably even out because Drones in Jail got his natural up first.
Oh, I agree. It's a good decision. I'm just saying that he's not going to commit to a macro game. And we do see a lot of banes coming in. Not the best baneling hit, but he could get some nice ones here. That is a really, really nice baneling hit. And I think Raptor might be able to clean this. Nice positioning of the queens on the ramp. He needs to micro those banes away from the spines, which is exactly what he's doing. I don't know if Raptor is quite going to have enough here.
No, he won't. I think at this point he should... Well, would 2 banelings kill those 2 queens at this point? They wouldn't, would they?
Nope. He might be able to kill the one that's on orange health.
Okay, now he's got to hit those drones, and he
No,
gets one of them.
he wouldn't. He wouldn't kill that queen.
Yeah, so that aggression did not work at all.
Nope. And Drones in Jail has taken a supply lead, and a drone lead, and he's up a base, and a queen.
I think he morphed slightly too many banes. I think he needed maybe 3 to 4 rather than 8 to 10 or whatever he had, and needed more lings. But
I agree. I mean, we saw that he got nice baneling hits off and still had heaps of banes left over. What he could have tried to do is if he'd morphed less banes and managed to get through that queen on the ramp, is then send 2 lings up into the main and just try and hide them and build 2 banes in the main.
yeah.
Because that way you're sort of not really putting your eggs all in one basket, because it means if you don't get in, well, that's fine, you don't get in, but you haven't, like, you've had more of a chance of getting in, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
It's also interesting, a nice bane hit. Drones in Jail still has no... Oh, he has a roach one, so he's just going to go straight to roaches.
Now
Until those roaches are out.
This is bad. This is really, really bad for Drones in Jail. That queen got surrounded and is gone. This queen is going to drop soon as well. He's got banes into the mineral line. He's got wings everywhere. I think Raptor might be able to do this.
Drones in Jail has a bunch of lings that are currently not fighting. He's realised that. So he could have probably saved those roaches. Instead, he will save both of them, actually.
See, the problem is, if we look at the units tab, it's now 18 drones for Raptor to 8 drones for Drones in Jail. The problem with the roach tech switch is that roaches only become good against things when you have a very large number of them.
Yeah.
Now, he's lucky that Raptor has a very small number of lings. Less lings, in fact, than Drones in Jail had in this main just then. But that roach tech switch is probably not what he needed to do. I really would have liked to have seen him get a baneling nest of his own.
Yeah.
And if he got a baneling nest of his own, he pretty much shuts that aggression down with good micro.
Yeah, I agree. I think like because he didn't need to more many banes, just a few, and he would have been able to defend that much better.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do like the fact that he walled it off. He just should have walled it off with a bane nest from the spine.
Yeah. I also think there's a few. I mean, Ling Bane micro is very hard. Don't get me wrong. You look at the pros and they make it look really, really easy, but I think Jones in jail.
They just make themselves look insane, to be honest.
Yeah, I think Jones in jail didn't really micro that as well as he should have.
Well, there was that one huge bane that hit at the start. Which,
Yeah.
You know, obviously, he just wasn't paying attention for like 1 second, and all of a sudden, 8 lings are dead.
So it looks like we are going to swing into a macro game after all that aggression.
Although Jones in jail will be a fair bit behind. It looks like he's going to attack. I don't know, he's building a lot of attacking units at the moment. He just put away lings.
Yeah, he could do, but I would, if he is going to attack, I would really still like to see him throw down a Baneling Nest.
Yeah, I feel like at this point he just needs to drone and hope.
Well, the problem with that is he's already 14 drones behind, and that snowballs really, really badly now that Raptor's got his natural up. Raptor's also got roaches of his own, so it's going to come down to, if we look at the units tab, Raptor's actually got more roaches, so I think Raptor's just going to be able to hold this.
There's a single bane as well, which will help quite a bit. This just won't work. He needs to run into the main, I think, at this point.
Yep. Now, if
sorry, I was looking at the wrong links. I thought they were Jones and Jail's things that just ran into Raptor's base, but they weren't.
Finally, we get a Baneling Nest on the way for Drones in Jail. If he had managed to have that up earlier and had Banes with this, he can break the Banes off and send the Banes straight for the mineral line of the main while his army fights, and then even if his army loses, he does the damage he needs to do, and then by the time Raptor's roaches get to his main, he should have enough lings to hold it off.
Yeah, no, I agree. A Baneling Nest would have been a better choice, and like, he's 80 for Spider 44. I do like the fact that he's going to go for a counter attack. I think a base trade is possibly his best option. Although he's also going, he's spining as well, which is good when you go for a base trade. But I still think he's going to struggle.
Now, can this Bane get a good hit? No. Well, decent.
Yes.
Could have got a better hit, but it's actually pretty good. Raptor needs to pull down that other queen down, and he's a little bit slow, so these lings are going to get in at the same time. Raptor's roaches are going to clean through, and I think the roaches are going to do enough damage, considering the lings aren't doing anything, to win the base trade.
Yeah, I mean, Raptors, is he going to be able to hold? Yeah, he will be able to hold this attack, whereas
Yep.
Jones and Jail will not.
And there's the GG. So, we are tied at 4 games to 4.
So it is GSL Metropolis, and I don't think there are there set cross spawns on GSL Metropolis?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
No, there aren't.
I feel like one of the players in this tournament.
So spawning up here at what I'm going to call the 3 o'clock position on GSL Metropolis. It's our blue Protoss player from Team Fusion Slugs. Can he close it out? It is Battle Toast. And the man on a mission, the Zerg player from Team Knight. He's 11-1 in this tournament. Can anybody stop him? It is Raptor.
So Raptor's saying, defending his honor, saying he's not a cheeser, he is Batman instead.
Hey, he could be. He could be.
He could be, yeah. Batman didn't play that much StarCraft. He missed out. Oh no, and Battle Toast, of course. Apparently, so we figured out that Battle Toast cannot beat Batman. So, I don't know if we can extrapolate from that whether he can take on a Raptor.
I'm really just imagining. I'm just imagining.
Can beat a Raptor.
Oh yeah, that's it. I'm just imagining a piece of toast holding machine guns right now, firing at Batman.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so despite saying he's not cheesy, he's taking a pull, but I suppose that's standard.
That is.
Elaborate with your Zerg.
That is standard. I still prefer 15 pull, but it's really personal preference, I think. If he follows it up with a hatch, it's pretty standard. Do you see a forge going down for our Protoss player? And judging from the amount of minerals he has, it looks like it is going to be a hatch straight away. Although we don't see a drone being moved, so maybe not.
The probe will block it, in fairness, so
it will.
There's no rush, although you want to start hitting on that probe as soon as possible.
And Raptor was trying to delay that Nexus but couldn't quite do it. So the Nexus is on its way for our Protoss player. Should see a cannon fairly soon, or a gateway. No, it's a cannon.
Is he doing the extractor trick? It doesn't look like it. It looks like...
No, he's not doing the extractor trick.
But he's doing gas.
He's
going fast speed.
He is taking gas. He could be going for some sort of... I'm interested to see what
I think he's gonna run fast.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where he goes from here. There's a couple of options he's got. Okay, no, he's going to just expand. So it's a 21 hatch, 14, 14, 21. Okay, that makes sense. I don't particularly like it. Yeah, I don't particularly like it. I think it's a little bit outdated. And I also think if you're going to do that, you take the gas before the pull. Because you only take the pull earlier to stop that probe from denying your expansion. So I don't know why if you are going to take gas, you take it before the pull.
I feel at this point that he should just run... I think there's a gap in the wall, I'm pretty certain there is. He should just run past that wall, lose a ling, and just run straight in.
Problem is he's going to lose about 3 lings. Yeah, he's going to lose 3 lings, yeah.
So yeah, okay, negate my decision, that was just... I thought he would have missed 1 or 2.
If he had speed, he probably would have only lost 1.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
There's no way Nexus will go down, there's a Zealot already almost done, so...
No.
It wasn't worth it.
And I would have really liked to see him take a quick quick third. He's floating like...
I mean, that's what...
He's floating 500 minerals at the moment. So he needs to... If he wants to go for a 2-base play, I would advise him to throw down a macro hatch, if nothing else.
He has got 1 ling into the main, so at least he can get some scouting done before the stalk is out now.
He hasn't...
No, he didn't...
He didn't scout the gas guys as there.
Yeah, he really should have tried to keep that ling alive to scout.
But
you can keep that ling there until the stalker comes out, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, but he is scouting the gas with an overlord, or at least he's scouting one of the gases with an overlord. At the same time, our Protoss player is moving in with his probe, so he's going to scout what's going on. Is he going to get vision? I don't think he did. Hasn't seen the roach warren. Now,
Toast has... yeah, go on.
I was just going to say, I'm thinking it's going to be a Ling Roach timing attack. Just by the fact of the amount of resources he's floating, he hasn't taken a third, and he's built like 40 supply space.
Yeah, I have to agree, and I think Battletoast is sort of onto this. He's already got 2 cannons at his front rather than the standard one, and he's got his Zealot on hold position in case of a Ling run by. He also has 1 sentry, and he's getting a second one from his gateway. So he's pretty onto it, I think.
Yeah, I think Battletoast is going to be okay.
Yeah, it'll come down to his force fields, basically, I think.
With nice force fields, he should be okay. This is,
If he's really onto this, a 3rd cannon would be nice.
Yeah.
I think.
I'd also like to see him chrono boost out that warp gate. But we do see the roaches. Yeah, he's trying to...
Okay.
But that's not a bad idea, because he's going to get vision of the roaches coming, so he knows something's coming. In fact, he knows exactly what's coming. So, now he is getting another cannon. We see a robotics on the way, which is not a bad choice either. And he's got 3 sentries out, so if he gets good force fields here, he's going to put the sentries on hold position. He needs to have good force fields. That's what it's going to come down to. Not a bad start.
Yeah, I think he's doing quite well so far. With 3, I think he'll be fine. I'd like to see him try and force field out the roaches when attacking the forge.
Yeah.
Well, +1 will probably finish anyway.
It looks like it's just going to finish. Okay, that's also important. If he can get that immortal out, which is on its way, if I can find the robotics, which I can't seem to, there it is there, it's right there. If he can get that immortal out, he might be able to hold this. And if he holds this, he takes a significant lead.
And also there are lings working down the rocks at the back, but it's it's fairly slow going, and I don't think it'll matter when there's only about 8 links to get in.
So the Immortal is out. He does lose a gateway, but he's going to rebuild them. I think it might be worthwhile actually walling that off completely, but he does he have vision? He does have vision of the rocks.
Yeah, I think he's just...
Yeah, he's reacting now.
He knows.
And he has force fielded that off. So a pretty nice hold so far from Battletoast. The pressure's not over yet. There are still roaches. Now, if I was Raptor right now, I would be taking a third.
Yeah, he's got the minerals. He definitely should have.
If not double expanding. Nice force fields here. The Immortals are going to tank a lot of damage and they're going to be able to clean up almost all of those roaches. But he does need to be careful not to overextend.
I would have liked to have seen one more force field there and he could have trapped the roaches.
Yeah.
Killed them all. But, still, yeah, nice play. And he's got 2 sentries and 2 stalkers at the back as well.
Now, if we look
I
at
think a gateway would be pretty strong now.
I mean, if we look at the units tab right now, our Protoss player is ahead by 9 harvesters, but he's also ahead in army supply by 20. And Raptor is taking his third now, which I really think he should have done a long time ago. As soon as he saw all those sentries, you know your push isn't going to be able to break through there. He's got 10 sentries out at the moment, and he could force field cycle for ages. When he was floating 900 minerals, I really would have liked to see him take a third, and if not a fourth. He has taken a macro hatch, which is okay, I don't mind that.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with these sort of 2-base pushes, I think, is that they're not that hard to scout. You know, like, you scout the Zergs on 2-base, and you sort of know it's something. Something like a roach ling. The only other thing you can really do is, like, early infest or early muta play off 2-base, but that's pretty uncommon as well. So, like, I mean, Battletoast just really caught onto that, and now he's got a huge lead. This push is going to be very scary.
Yes, it looks like he's going to try and hit a +1/+1 timing, but he's also got a warp prism out as well, so he's going to be able to easily reinforce, if not multi-prong harass. He's also got 2 proxy pylons up in position, and the Lings, they are going to find that though, and I don't like that warp in of Stalkers. They're all going to die straight away. But his army is going to be able to push in, and it looks like he might be able to do significant damage. He's going to... Does that warp prism reach the high ground? No, it doesn't. I would have liked to have seen him warp in on the high ground with a sentry and just force field the ramp indefinitely.
Yeah. There is a spire going up for Raptor, by the way, so he really has to hold on to the mutas around here, but I don't think he's going to be able to as long as force fields are good. Nice
force fields there from Battletoast so far. He maybe was a little bit premature with them, but he has forced the Lings all the way back around, and he is in a very nice position. Raptor's going to GG out, and Fusion Slugs are going to take the tournament with a score of 5-4. Very well played by our Protoss player.